How's it going, guys? I'm that socially awkward gamer you probably forgot existed, otherwise known as Patty And I got home yesterday afternoon. I just went out into town because, there's nothing where I live. And I see this update from Steam. Now paid mods are gone from the workshop. You can't buy them anymore. Steam just announced it, and they explained that they weren't really thinking when they did it, and they pretty much apologized and took most of the blame for this one. I actually ended up breaking the story on a few big subreddits, because, Reddit equals journalism, so that was kind of nice. And I guess we have to talk about it again, because I made a video the other day talking about why I thought paid mods were okay, but it probably wasn't going to work, and now it hasn't worked, and I still think they're okay, so let's just kind of do like a little wrap-up update video. I think that this is still a good thing and a bad thing. I'm a little bit scared for other companies in the future now, looking at the modding community, now that they've had a big, in their eyes, victory over a big developer. I'm scared that other companies are now going to shy away from the modding community because they think that if they don't like something, they're just going to automatically grab the pitchforks and try to shut it down instead of working with the developer instead. Because as of right now, the players have won completely, 100%. And to a lot of people, that's a great thing. It is a good thing, because players don't usually get a lot of wins in this industry. Usually the developers kind of get away with anything, which shouldn't always happen. But in this instance, I think there needs to be a compromise made. And I'm hoping that Valve and Bethesda have the foresight now and the willingness to still work with the modding community and introduce a new system that's going to benefit developers and modders alike. So I think a system that they should be introducing is a Humble Bundle-like system in the near future. I've seen a lot of people talking about it on forums, and it was another idea that I thought of myself. It just kind of makes sense. So a Humble Bundle system would be having a mod, and then having the option to get it for free, or having the option to make a donation, and you choose how much you want to pay. And then you also get to choose, via the Humble Bundle sliders or whatever, how much money goes to each party. So if I want to give 100% to the modder, I can. If I want to give 25% to the developer, I can. If I want to give 10% to Steam, that should be totally fine. I think that this is a much easier system for people to get their heads around from a business sense, so they don't feel like they're just shafting the modders every time. I think that this is a way to ease the community into this new idea, because a lot of people are really stuck right now against any form of DLCs or DRMs, and they view any sort of paid mods as an extension of that, which I don't think is necessarily true. I think it is actually, as a whole, a good thing when it works properly, and it could be a big, big benefit to any people in the modding community. However, this was not handled very well by Valve, so we ended up in the situation we're in. So I'm a little, if they don't put it in this system, I'm a little scared of how the community is going to react from this whole situation. I feel like now that they've gotten this big win, there are some people who have very valid points, and they were completely right in being against this. But there are others who just kind of jumped onto the train and went along for the ride, yelling and bitching. And these are the people who are going to be taking up arms against absolutely everything from here on out, just because they don't immediately agree with it. And that is a really, really shallow way of thinking. And people need to take a bit more time to let things grow. I don't think that this whole situation has helped that at all. I think it's shortened a lot of people's attention spans. There's going to be a lot of negativity going forward, and this is the fault of both Valve and the players a little bit. And I think that it's going to be really interesting going forward. So the real solution to all of this, in my opinion, is to bring forth a compromise and offer a donation or humble bundle like service so that people can choose if they want to pay for mods or not, because obviously the community is not ready to pay for their mods, is not ready for this big change in the industry that I still think is actually a good thing when it's done correctly. But we're just not quite there yet, and you need to work with your community, Valve. You need Bethesda, work with your players. They love your game. You just need to ask them what they want. You know, you did this whole modding deal, paid mods thing behind closed doors, when you could have just went up onto like Reddit, you could have gone somewhere and said, what do you guys think we should do? And a lot of the time, the people that don't have all the knowledge offer the best solution, because they're not worried about other things. So, everyone, just work together and sort this out, and it'll end up being a lot better in the long run. That's what I think. I am PattyJack. I will see you guys next time. Peace off.